this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here still working on my journal here. If you've caught my last couple of videos, then we've been sort of just filling this journal. So I just want to go back through now and fill up all the little bits and pieces. So for instance, I've got these kind of envelopes that are stitched into the signature, which as you can see, they're completely plain at the moment. So I just want to do things like decorate those up and then add any last minute sort of finishing touches to other pages that look quite plain. So if we take, for instance, this envelope, as you can see, it's kind of still sealed shut. So I'm just going to cut that open here, just on the edge, so that it's a pocket. I mean, otherwise it's pretty useless. So we've got now a big pocket in there, and all I'm going to do is just see here where it's been coffee dyed, it's just got that bit coming up where I've now cut it open. So I'm just going to glue down any little bits that need, you know, a helping hand there. So just either end like that. Okay, like that. And we just want to basically, you know, make this look in keeping with the rest of the journal. So I have dug out a whole bunch of things, oops, to bring along for this video. So all of these little bits and bobs here that I'm going to use for, you know, decorating up and filling the spaces. So I'm just going to pop these down. I'm really running out of space here. I know I said I was going to try and be more organised, but yeah, I'm already falling at the first hurdle. And I've also dug out my little glass full of green stamps, so I thought they may, you know, they may be handy too. So all we're going to do is just, you know, start looking and seeing what we could put on here. So I've got, this is one of my stitched labels that we did in a video. That looks really good there. It just, you know, fills that space just perfectly. We could have a little bit of doily. Actually, I don't even know whether that needs doily, funnily enough, now I put that there. You know, it actually maybe looked better without. Let me just see, that might have been a bit of a dark colour. So we'll just try a lighter one. You know, I actually think that looks better without anything else. So maybe we'll have that, and then something like maybe just a number or something up there. That probably is all that that really needs. So let's just pop those down. I think because it's next to that green paper, by bringing in too much green, it then had like a bit of an overdose of green going on. So I'm better off leaving this a bit more cream, if that makes sense, you know, the coffee dyed colour. Otherwise I'm sort of ruining the balance somehow. So we're just going to pop this down. We could pop it down as a bit of a pocket. Again, like, you know, we often say, even if you don't use it as a pocket, if you glue it on, you know, in the pocket way, then you have got that as an option. Whereas if you glue it on flat, you can't then go back and change your mind. So it's always quite good to just leave your options open, I think, by having it glued as a pocket. So there we go. Okay. And I think that's kind of just nice enough, really. And we could just have something maybe over here, maybe like a little postage stamp or something. I'm not sure about that one. But actually, weirdly, I might have to have it sort of midway, because again, what's happening, if I put that up there, I've got like a bit of a diagonal line thing going on, which, I mean, it's surprising how often that does seem to happen, but it just doesn't look quite right then. So I might just have it sort of more, you know, slightly lower down on the page. Again, we could just maybe have a bit of doily coming behind that. Something like that. Or actually, now I'm thinking some just coffee dyed doily for the contrast on the green page. Yeah, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? So I'm just going to pop that down there. Okie dokie. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're doing some crafting. The sun is kind of shining here. Kind of. It's in and out, isn't it? In and out today. Yeah. But it's feeling quite warm, although we haven't been outside, so who knows whether it would actually feel warm if you actually went outside. It might be freezing. It could well be freezing. Let me just grab my other glue.
It's one of those days.
It is one of those days, right. You can't, you know, the weather's not quite making up its mind. Okay, I'll just pop that down there. Might even put it slightly skew-if, like that. Okay, so that's that, and then we'll turn this over, and we just want to do something here. Again, I'm thinking something quite simple, you know, nothing too fancy. Let's have a look and see what other things that I've brought along. So I have got this, which that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's quite nice. What do you guys think? Yep, I quite like that, I think. I've also brought along a bunch of clusters, my sewn clusters and various other ones, which we'll just try those, and that's quite nice as well. Everything looks good against this green paper, I have to say, so it makes it very difficult because, you know, every time you put something, it's like, ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good too. So yeah, it makes it very difficult to choose then. So I'm just going to ink this little bit up. So this little piece here, this is from my glue book favourites. 2, I think. Sorry, I really had to think then which one it was from. I'm pretty sure it's from my glue book favourites 2. But it's just ideal for, you know, filling in just small spaces, I think. Again, we'll just see whether we want. Oh, I don't know now. Sometimes you just wish that you don't try things, don't you? Because then you do, and it's like, oh, now I'm torn. Do I like it or don't I? That's a bit what's going on here. Just having a look through my little numbers and seeing whether I've got, you know, a number that would be good. Oh, that number's quite good there, isn't it? Yeah, I might have to put that one there. Wasn't what I was going for, but I just then held it there and thought, oh, that looks good. So I just could do with a bit more ink on my brush. So there we go. Again, my desk's getting very, very squashy. I could do with really clearing it up in a minute. So, yeah, I do apologise. I will try and keep things in frame. The only things that might be off frame, hopefully, is like inking things, because I'm kind of having to pull them down a little bit. But hopefully everything is going to be more or less visible. Well, hopefully more visible than less. Obviously, nobody wants it less visible, do they? Right. I'm wondering whether we want any of the green lace just there. So again, let's just chop off that little tiny bit. That's quite nice, isn't it? Just sort of finishes that off. I might have the lace over it actually. So I'm going to stick this in, and I'm just going to stick this flat, I think, onto that envelope. I'm not going to have a pocket. Okay, so pop that down there. I've really enjoyed making this journal, I must say, because I know that I've talked about this before, but so often when I make a journal, I don't have, you know, tons of ephemera pieces made because I can't get past the whole matchy. So this has been really nice to make one where I've literally just gone with the flow and gone with, you know, on the main or in the main, I've gone with just things that I've already had made in my stash, which has been lovely. You know, because it just makes it obviously come together much easier than having, or much quicker anyway, not necessarily easier, but much quicker than making things, you know, oh, what am I trying to say? As you go anyway. So yeah, that obviously makes things take quite a long time, and it, you know, ends up taking about, well, I don't really know how long it takes, but maybe like 14 hours or 10 hours, I don't know. A long time anyway to make a journal like that. Whereas like this, you've still put those hours in, of course, but you've done it staggered, so it's not seemed like a big, you know, oh, I'm having to do 14 hours now just making this journal. It's like, oh, well, I've got these things that maybe took like half an hour, but, you know, 3 months ago or something. So just quite a nice way to have everything ready done. Okay, just going to pop that word down. And I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I think all these little finishing touches are really what kind of makes the journal special and nice, because, you know, of course it was looking, you know, quite full and quite nice already, but, and you know, it could have obviously been left exactly as it was, but it's once you start adding different bits and pieces and, you know, extra things, that it just takes it, I think, you know, makes it look a bit different and a bit more special. So yeah, I do really like adding sort of extra bits and bobs. Just going to move that paperclip down here, I think. So here, obviously I've got this big journaling card, and I think what I want to do is have something on the actual page itself, so that when the journaling card comes off, it's not a completely blank page. So I might just go for something like this, or I've got these little pieces from my ornithology curators collections, or I've even got this from my botanical curators collections. I'm just going to go for this one, I think. So again, let me just ink this up, which actually, why don't I just pull in my book pages and I can just ink it on there, can't I? I mean, obviously it doesn't really require a great deal of inking, because of course it is a brownie colour anyway, but I'll just ink that up like that. Okay, and I'm just going to have that here like that. And this one, again, I will stick this on as a pocket, and again, you know, even if I don't use it as a pocket, I've got then options, you know, to do that or not do that. So there we go, just put that there like that. Just dab that excess glue off. Okay, gorgeous. Right, now I'm thinking I wouldn't mind a little flower. I don't know whether a flower would look good or not, but I might try one. So I've got my flowers here from an English country garden, the Flower Fussy Cuts. Just going to tear around this little yellow one. As I say, I mean, this could look good, it might look rubbish, but we'll see. And this is just printed on, it's actually 100 GSM copy paper, so it's slightly thicker than regular copy paper, but you know, it's not vastly thick. I mean, it's nowhere near card or anything like that. I wouldn't even call it thick paper. It's literally marginally thicker than copy paper, if you see what I mean. Right, so let's ink this up and see how that would look. Yeah, the journal's getting pretty fat now, but I must say I'm loving how it looks. I know I said in one of the earlier videos, but it's really strange because yellow is not really, you know, a colour that I particularly go for, but strangely I seem to be using it more often now and loving it. So yeah, that's really odd. You know, I don't know why, but just seem to be using it a bit more. Well, I'm not sure now. Let me just check how that's going to look. I might leave that plain. Yeah, I'll save that flower because we might use that somewhere else, and I might just put a little bit of lace just here, I think. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? So again, we'll just, I was going to say check we've got the lace up the right way, but who knows what the right way is. Oh well, let's just go with our gut instincts and just put it down and hope for the best. So I think it will have to go this way. I love this crochet lace, which weirdly enough, again, when I first started journaling, the crochet lace would have been the type of lace that I would have probably avoided. You know, thinking, oh, that's a bit thick, it's, you know, but yeah, strangely, it's kind of my favourite, I think. Right. There we go. And then I also did bring along some bows. So I just check, oh my gosh, picking things up with glue threads now. Just see whether we want a bow anywhere. Maybe not there, maybe not there. So I've just paperclip this on. This paperclip may be a bit small for this particular journaling card because it's quite big, obviously. Do we want to have a bow here? No. Right, so we've got this one. Now, do we want anything else on here? Again, I've got some bows and things like that. Let's have a look. Got this one, which is quite a nice flat one. No, I'm not thinking that needs one there. I'm just going to add a little bit more glue here. I mean, I don't know why, but yeah, for some reason I'm not that keen when it's flapping about. So like that. Do we want anything else here? Do we want any butterfly or anything like that? That's quite large on there, isn't it? Just see what other butterflies I've got. See whether I've got any that are, you know, good colour. Oh, that's quite brown. Oh, that one's maybe quite good. It's maybe a bit too yellow and kind of gets lost on there. Maybe we should have it there. Let me just ink that up. Okay. And, you know, obviously I do need to then sort out all the things to put in the pockets. So yeah, although I'm saying, oh, this journal's come together really quickly. I mean, obviously it's not really done, is it? So I've probably got, you know, double this now. Well, not double, but, you know, this again, making things to put in. I mean, obviously I'm going to use lots of things that are ready printed and things like that. So hopefully that will cut down quite a bit of time. But yeah. Mustn't get myself carried away thinking it's done now when we're finished, because far from it probably. Right, so I have got this green flower, which I'm wondering whether we should have that just here on the corner. That's quite nice, isn't it? So sometimes I just really like things like this, just, you know, on the corners of pages and things. They just fill that space and stop it from being a completely plain page, but they don't dominate and sort of do anything too drastic. So yeah, I quite like that type of thing. Again, might just chop a little bit of lace, a little bit of the green. So I'm just going to get rid of that end, because for me that doesn't really look like lace. It's quite filled in, isn't it? So we just go down there and just see whether we'd like any. No, I don't like it on there, but maybe we could have some here. Just, yeah, sometimes I like it just, you know, in random places, I guess. It just makes it look more interesting to look through if you've got lots of bits and bobs. So there we go. And we've got obviously that sheet music. And we've got the one with the ruffle, which, you know, we debated about whether it was going to weigh the page down. I mean, as you can see, it is kind of hefty, but it's not too bad. Right, I have a little bow. I wonder whether we should have that there. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Will it weigh it down even more? Well, hopefully not too much. So just going to hot glue that down. Okay. Right, so there we go. That looks pretty there. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue under there because that little stem of that bow is sort of, you know, poking up the wrong way, if that makes sense. It's not laying the way I would like it to lay. In fact, neither's the other one, which is a bit annoying. But anyway, it looks okay. I might just trim those legs down a bit because they're quite long. So that one and that one. Oops. Oh, I don't know where that piece of ribbon went then. Oh well, there we go. Right. So we've got that one. We still didn't put anything on here, did we? So should we have like a cluster or something on this page? I've brought along a couple of different clusters, so let's just see which would look good. Got this one, which might be quite nice. Just going to ink this up because, you know, things look quite different once they're inked. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm not sure now. Not sure. I've also got one of my little postage stamp clusters. Maybe that would be better. Yeah, maybe that looks better. I need something else on this page, or perhaps we should make something have on there. I might come back to this page. Right, this page here. So I feel this could do with something else. I love this, but it's, yeah, probably could do with a little bit something else on here. So perhaps just a little bit of lace, maybe even at the top. Haven't really put any at the top, have we? So just put that down there. Okay, so I like how that looks, but I'm just going to trim off this where it's quite sort of pointed, and on this end as well. There we go. Okay, so that looks really pretty. Do I want, because I pulled in those button embellishments, didn't I? Wonder if we should have one of those. No, it's quite big, isn't it? Quite big. Right, well, might come back to it here. Let's just have a think about here whether I want anything else. Again, got a little bit more lace or anything there. But then it's all completely, you know, down one side, which isn't so good. I mean, maybe a ruffle or something would have been quite good. Have I got any left? I've only got this piece now, which has got the black on it, which not quite so... Yeah, it's not quite so good unless I had a really skinny little bit. Let's just chop that down and see. I mean, that might just be really pathetic. Yeah, because it doesn't really sort of resemble even a ruffle, does it? Let's just see if I can shape it round a bit. Oh my gosh, look. What have I done with that one? That looks awful. Yep, that looks pretty awful. I was hoping I might have been able to do something with it to, yeah, I'm not happy with that. I'm even going to bin that, to be honest. Right. So then we've got obviously a couple of plainer pages. Oops. So what I might do is just put, again, maybe just like a little postage stamp or something on here. Maybe this one here, I think. Okay, should have inked that stamp up, but never mind, I'll just ink it up a bit now. I mean, obviously it is vintage, but you know, sometimes they're quite yellowy or browny, and sometimes they're very white, and he just looked quite white, to be honest, to me. Right, let's see. Could have a bit of doily, which obviously ties it in with that. Or what else could we have? Could have a number. Again, let's see what numbers I've got. I've got this little green one, tiny one. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, so we'll just have that one down there. Okay, and then going over, so now we've got this envelope, which this one is the Crafty Cat style of envelope. So what I probably want to do is cover this side of this envelope, because otherwise this is quite delicate to get in and out of, and I personally am very likely to tear that. I'm not saying anyone else would, but I definitely am likely to, because I'm quite clumsy. So I think, yeah, I'm going to cover it. So I might just cover it. I've got here my Victorian Florals paper, so I'm just going to sort of fold that there so as I know roughly where it needs coming down to, and about there. Oops. Okay, right, so this is where I'm going to obviously make a really rough job of cutting this, but never mind. Just chop that down. Okay, just see whether... Right, I'm going to have to stand up because I can't really see to see how that's looking. Right, so I'm just going to trim it down slightly on this edge, and actually it's not looking too bad. So I'll just trim it down slightly here, and then I'll just trim it slightly in the depth of it. Oh, that's gorgeous, darling. What is that you've made? Okay, sweetheart. Right, so I'm just going to pop that down. So I'm going to glue like around here on the flap part, or not the flap, but you know, kind of next to the envelope part, and then lots of glue around there. And then all I want to do is go around the edges of this itself, so that I'm, you know, gluing it down properly. And I'll just put a little bit here, you know, near those edges, and then I'm just going to pop that here. Am I going to be able to do that? I mean, probably I should have thought ahead here and actually covered this with the paper before putting it into the journal, but I obviously, yeah, didn't really think of that at the time, so just spread that out. I mean, that works perfectly well, to be honest. It's just now really that glue drying quick enough, because obviously it will take a few minutes to dry. So I'm just going to sort of keep pressing it down for a few seconds so that that's drying nicely. And then I do want something obviously on there. So we could maybe have this. Oh, have you taken it away now? Did you get fed up with waiting for me to get it?
I'm opening it for you.
Oh, thank you. She's made me a present and she's wrapped it up, and now she's opening it for me. Because she obviously got bored of waiting for me to open it.
Oh, God, that's kind of satisfying. I like it.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good then.
I cut that piece off. I can open it.
Right, just deciding what's going to go here. Again, that's quite nice, isn't it? The only thing is, obviously, when you have something quite bulky here, you know, is it going to bulk the journal out? Actually, as it happens, you know, having held it there, it didn't feel like it was going to at all. So that may be quite good there. And then on this side, yeah. So, right, so what I'm going to do now, obviously, this is not really quite stuck, which is a bit annoying. But I'll just press that down a little bit more for a few minutes. And then I'm just going to cut here so that we're cutting the envelope open like that. Okay, so now we've got the opening flap. Now what I'm going to do here is just add a tiny bit more glue again around, you know, where that envelope was, you know, sealed as an envelope, because obviously once you cut that end off, the envelope sort of comes apart. Can you see? Like there. So again, let me just get in this side and then just glue that down like that. Okay, so I mean, really I could do with sort of clamping that shut really, but obviously, you know, because I'm doing a video, I'm just going to hope for the best. Right, so get rid of this piece. I'm going to have this cluster here. So all I'm going to do is tear this down slightly. Oh, thank you, beautiful. She's made me a rose with some of that sellotape stuff. She's rolled it up. That's a rolled rose. That's gorgeous, darling. That's that same sellotape that she painted her nails that time with, you know, stuck it on like nail polish.
I'm nearly done, Mummy.
You're nearly done.
Kind of ripping it, and I'm kind of going to rip the paper off.
Oh, okay.
So it's still okay. So
Okay.
It's going to be beautiful.
So we're just going to stick this down here, and I'm going to just pop that there. So I'm just going to again just use my hot glue. That's nice and quick. And then, you know then that it's just glued down. You haven't got to wait for it to dry or anything. So like that. How pretty does that look? Okay. So that looks really lovely, doesn't it? And just trim that little bit of thread. Oh, I love how that looks, yeah. And then we could just have a number or something maybe at the top. Do we need that? Probably not really. I thought maybe it needed some ivory there to sort of balance it out. Perhaps it does. Perhaps it does. So again, let's just glue this one down. And just pop that there. There we go. And I've stuck that straight over that yellow flower, which that's annoying, isn't it? Okay.
Just one more bit.
Right, so then we just want to obviously decorate this part, but we want to obviously keep the, you know, the window visible, so you've got the nice window envelope. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to put here.
I've done it.
So I just, oh, well done, darling. Okay. But maybe just some doily or something. Because I actually quite like the, you know, the envelope colour. I think that's really rather nice. So I don't want to keep it completely covered. Oh, that's beautiful, darling. Lovely. Thank you, sweetheart.
Right.
Oh, gorgeous. So this is the same picture, I think, that she gave me last time, but she's just changed it a little bit and added some more hearts and some more colours. And oh, it's lovely, darling. Thank you. That's my lovely rolled rose. Thank you, gorgeous. Really, really nice. Right, so I'm just going to now ink up that envelope so it's, you know, if I'm leaving it naked, it's slightly inked, not quite so plain. So I'll just grab my ink. Okay. Just keeping my eye on the time a little bit. So this is probably the last thing we'll have time to do today, because you know, have people waiting to do things. So right, okay, let's just stand up. Sorry if I jogged the desk there. It's you know, hard to sort of get in and out sometimes. Right, so I'm going to just glue this down here. Again, I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac because just in case my PVA type glue marks the doily piece. So we just go around there. Okay. I mean, you don't have to literally put glue on the entire doily, but just, you know, enough like that. Now, what do we think would look nice on the bottom? Let's have a bit of a think. Oh, I'm not sure now. So obviously I have got those bits still. Oh, I've got to fussy cut bird there, which we could have kind of going across the window, which could be quite nice. Got the daffodils. I need something quite small because obviously, you know, I don't want to go over that window. So let's just check if I cut the bird out and I had the word or the, you know, the dictionary definition. That might be just right. So I'm just going to cut that out. So hold on. It's partially cut. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, you know, like in the evening, if I've been fussy cutting a lot, when I cut, say, you know, one half of the paper off of the other half, I might sort of semi-cut so that when I come to do it next time, I haven't got so much to cut. You know, I haven't got that whole bird to cut out. I mean, clearly I cut the easier side of him, so yeah, didn't really save me very much, did it? Okay, let's go around there. The sun's coming out a lot more now. It looks like a lot nicer. Yeah, kind of can see blue skies, whereas earlier on it's looking, you know, the sun was like in and out and it was more just white sky, not really grey, but just that white type looking sky really. Right, let's ink this up. Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, thank you, gorgeous. I look forward to seeing it.
And it's nearly ready.
Oh, thank you. You were a very quick crafter. Right, let's just have a look. So if we had it here, and then we could have the dictionary definition just poking over that window, along with obviously the bird. And then we have like a bit of lace somewhere. Not really. Well, we could have it down there, I guess. Yeah, that's probably quite nice. So I'm just going to pop this on. This is just, again, this on copy paper. The bird is on thicker paper. It's not really thick, but just thicker. I might do the bird with the Fabri-Tac, just because I don't want to have to hold him down for ages with the PVA type stuff, you know. Just go around there. Okie dokie. Just place him down like that. Press him down.
Done.
Oh, you were quick. You were quick, sweetheart.
Oh, I just got to put something on it.
Oh, okay. She does love crafting, I must say, which is great. Just going to check whether I might prefer the green lace. Where have I put that? I've got it over here.
I'm using all my sticky heart things.
Oh,
Because I just love them so much. I'm like, put one there, put one there, put one there, put one there.
yeah, they're nice, aren't they? I might just have the green lace, actually, I think. That's quite nice. So, again, I'm just going to hot glue, you know, in those solidy parts. Like that. And then, there we go. Gorgeous. Right. And then, obviously, oops. Obviously, you've got your pocket in there. So, I could just do with a little dab of glue in that corner. I'm just going to press that down together. Okay, so that's probably all we've got time for today. So yeah, I think the journal's coming along quite nicely. I hope you liked some of the little finishing touches that we did. As I say, I mean, it's not really finished because I've got to fill all the pockets yet, so that will probably take this again. But yeah, I hope that you like what we've done so far, and hopefully you'll join me again soon. Thanks then, guys. Bye.